Welcome everyone back to our videos. I'm Laurentiu, she's Alexandra, twin flames in harmonious union. Students of Jeff and Shalia and Ascension coaches affiliates with Twin Flame Universe.
And today we have a special video for you. Have you ever felt angry at your twin flame? Have you ever had something that they did and you're upset and you didn't know exactly what to do about it and you're just I don't feel good about this, make me angry. I am having some feelings right now. Well, I want to tell you first that it's okay to have feelings. It's okay for you to be upset, to be angry at your twin flame. It's okay for you to feel things, that are not necessarily just like love and bubbly romance thing, It's okay, you have feelings, and it's normal for you to have feelings about your twin flame. But today we want to show you how to actually have peace with those feelings that you're experiencing. And I just want to explain a little bit what anger is specifically, if you experience sadness or any other kind of feelings. But I just want to talk a little bit about anger specifically, because I know we can become angry and do rash decisions when we're angry. I want you to advise you to not act from a place of anger or from any place of upset, when it comes to your twin flame. And anger itself is just kind of a self-defense mechanism that you have because you just have an emotion deep down that you do not want to feel, you do not want to allow it to come to the surface, so you're just kind of pushing it down with anger, and you're so angry, But I want to advise you that if you ever felt anger towards your twin flame or in general, or whenever it is going to happen, just to allow yourself to just calm down and see what's there, what's under that anger. Yeah,
because anger is just covering up your feelings, because in that moment you don't feel safe to feel your feelings, therefore that anger comes up.
Yeah, it's like a self-defense mechanism, as I said. Good.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So we want to show you how to do the mirror exercise in order for you to have peace in challenging situations or situations when you're upset with your twin flame. Good.
So, step 1, state you're upset. Allow yourself to feel the feeling. Just feel the feeling. Let's say, as an example, I'm upset at Alexandra because she didn't do the dishes. Then, in this example, I can see that I'm upset at something, and it's safe for me to allow myself to just state the upset, saying okay, that's how I feel. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't say no, I shouldn't feel like this. I should think that, I should do that, or that should happen in a different way. Trying to find all the reasons not to feel the feeling, trying to find all the reasons logically for myself to stop myself from feeling that. That's not okay, and it's safe for you to allow yourself to just feel the feeling, just whatever it is. That won't damage anything. In the second step, you reverse the pronouns
towards yourself,
towards myself. Yes. So I'm upset at Alexandra because she hasn't done the dishes. I'm upset of myself because I haven't done the dishes. Well, at first you'll think that doesn't make any sense because she should have done that, or something like this. You think it doesn't make any logic when you just point it to yourself, instead of the other. But it makes total sense when you think about I feel upset. And when I stated upset, and in the second step I just changed it to myself, I'm just realizing that upset is within me. Mm-hmm. So then it's as I reversed, I know it may feel uncomfortable to do this at the beginning. If you're new with mirror exercise, you're it doesn't feel good because I know they did it, I haven't done it. But when you do that, you just take responsibility over your upset. Mm-hmm. And that's the power of the mirror exercise. You just take responsibility and you're able to change that instead of being a victim of the upset.
Yeah.
So to the third step, is that true? So it's true that I'm upset at myself because I haven't done the dishes. But you're I'm but actually is it true because I feel that upset within myself? Therefore, if I feel that within myself, it's my responsibility to say yes. Like, yeah, that's true. Like, the secret is that to the third step, it's always yes.
Yeah, it's always yes here. No matter what kind of weird like the upset is, you are experiencing those feelings. Those feelings are within yourself. So therefore, it's kind of your responsibility to shift those feelings from bad feelings to good feelings.
Exactly. So as you do the third step and you recognize, yes, I am doing this, it is true, like we go to the fourth step, where we find where we feel that within ourselves. And you can imagine that like thinking like a part of you, thinking like you, imagining you, but is the you that feels like that. And that's the easiest way for me to see it. I don't know how you see it when you go into the
Yeah,
fourth step.
I just kind of like when I do like the fourth step, I like to maybe just close my eyes, and kind of imagine myself kind of like going into my heart, because this is where you feel your feelings. You can like try to say like, oh, I'm angry, but where your feelings are in your heart, right? They're not in your mind. You can try to make them to be in your mind. But actually, when you just allow yourself to feel, they will always come from your heart. So therefore, I close my eyes, I focus on my heart, and I allow myself to feel that feeling and to see what's there. There's kind of like a visualization exercise where you imagine a part of yourself that feels the upset. So in this case, it's like a part of me that feels upset because I didn't do the dishes. That was like the example, right? So I just allow myself to see, and you can see this part of you as being like maybe like a child, maybe a teenage version of you, maybe even an adult version of you. It doesn't really matter, but just allow yourself to spend like time there into your heart, and just see what comes up. How does that look like? How does that feeling feel and look like?
Exactly. And as you allow yourself to do that, you're gonna be able to see that part and just ask that part of you, like, what does he or she need to feel loved right now? What do they need? And like one thing that may say is like a hug.
Yeah.
And that's perfect, like a hug or love. And you just imagine just giving them love, like, I don't know, however you feel, like a white beam or however you you want to
like
imagine.
like a white light, or maybe like a white like shower of light, whatever you want to like imagine you giving yourself that thing that you need. It's love. Ultimately the answer here is love,
Yes.
but in different ways. Maybe you want just comfort, maybe you want a hug, maybe you want acceptance, maybe you want communication, maybe you want some clarity, maybe you desire some commitment, right?
Yeah.
A commitment towards yourself here, right? So whatever it is, just allow yourself to give that to yourself. And sometimes you can just even state that within your mind. So for example, you hear like, okay, I need love here, and you can say, okay, I choose to love myself here. I choose to give to myself this love. And it's easy for you to do that.
Yeah, it's a choice, and your choices are powerful. But make sure here that you're asking yourself, what do you need to feel loved right now?
Yes.
Not later, after a year, after a month, not like I
Or
want.
1 year ago or something.
Yes.
And when you get answers like, oh, I want them to change, or oh, I want somebody else to apologize, or I want I don't know, something else to change in my reality, then you're not really feeling into your feelings. That's kind of like of the mind, because in that kind of like space within you, it's only you and that part of you. So therefore, if the only thing that part of you can ask is from you, there's nobody else, no twin flame, no aunt, no mom and dad, no everything. The only other person, like let's say, like, you can rely on here is God. You can ask God to come in this space and help you heal,
Exactly.
help you give more love, And even if like you want abundance, even if you want like a palace, even if you want like just to play with some dolls, like some cars, depending what you prefer, you can just allow yourself to have that in your heart right there,
Yeah. It's like with this exercise, you can go in past, if you want to say that, and give yourself what you didn't receive then. Give yourself the love that you wanted then, like from your parents.
It's just like you'll see that part of you, and when that part of you is gonna communicate with you, like maybe if they're like a child, you'll realize that maybe this is something that you didn't have in your childhood, right? So for example, it can ask for toys, right? So maybe you can see like maybe there is a correlation there between you and your childhood, or that part of you, if like it's like a teenager and might ask like for love, like maybe some romance, maybe some friendship, you'll see how that can relate to other kind of periods of your life. But know that you can heal, love them fully and completely right now. And how do you know like when this step is over? Is when that part of you feels peaceful or feels fully loved, or feels just kind of like we say like a sense of completeness, like there's nothing else that they need. And you can like ask them repeatedly, So for example, in our example with the dishes, you can say like, what do you need now? I need support, because maybe this is what doing the dishes is, you just need some support by having somebody do the dishes. So you need just support. So you give that support to that part of you, and then you can like ask them again, what do they need? Are they complete, or do they need something else? Maybe they need some love, right?
Yeah, maybe a hug, maybe just a bit more acceptance, appreciation, or just like to be seen, to be recognized for what they're doing. And as you just give that to yourself, and that part of you starts to feel peaceful, in that moment you can imagine hugging them and just inviting them back into your heart.
Yeah. So the completion of the fourth step is when you and that part of you merge and become kind of one, because you have never been like truly like separate. You might experience some separation from that part of you, but that's what you're healing. So therefore you are allowing love in that space and union, so
Exactly.
You can come together.
Yeah, and as you do that, once you feel peaceful, you just allow yourself to feel that. And if at some point something else comes up, because we know something else will come up at some point, you just go again through this process.
Yeah.
You stay upset, you change the pronouns to yourself, you ask yourself, is this true? And of course, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Then you just find that part of you and you just give him or her everything that they need in this moment to feel loved until they are peaceful. And once they are peaceful, you just integrate them back into you, and you realize that there was nothing to feel upset in the first place.
Yeah. And how is this going to help you in a relationship with your twin flame? Well, your relationship with your twin flame is, you are one consciousness, you are one being, if you want to say like that. You're not like the same soul, you're not two bodies here, so. But you will have like the same blocks, the same upsets, the same kind of feelings circulating, right? And there will be
the same patterns.
Yeah, the same patterns. And by you doing the mirror exercise, you take responsibility to heal so you can be together with your twin flame. And in doing so, you take control over the way that your union is going to come together.
Or we should say you take responsibility.
Yeah, you take responsibility
over how your union will come together, and you're not waiting on something to happen on the outside. You just choose to take responsibility, and you take it in your power to change those feelings so you can attract them much faster without having upsets there. Therefore, it's going to be an easier time to be together with them in every moment. And then you're not going to be upset that they're not doing the dishes. And you're
or they're going to do the dishes.
Or you're going to manifest the dishwasher.
Or that as well.
But anyway, the answer the result of the mirror exercise is going to be more peace, and it's going to reflect into maybe even miracles happening into your life, things changing, even something that has been resolved in your life, you can consider it a miracle, and actually it feels good. So things will get resolved much easier in your life as you just do the mirror exercise, and you're gonna recognize that, oh, like it doesn't feel hard to go that way anymore. It doesn't feel hard to ask for this or just do the thing that was bothering me for so long. So doing the mirror exercise has many benefits, not just for your twin flame, but for your whole life.
Yeah. So we recommend doing the mirror exercise with every kind of upset that comes up, because first of all, whatever upset you're experiencing not with your twin flame is going to affect your twin flame as well. So your twin flame union. So if you are experiencing an upset right now, you can go through these 4 steps and experience the peace at the end right now. You don't need to wait, for something to happen. If you have this feeling inside of yourself that feels bad, you can do the mirror exercise right now and experience great peace. Good.
Perfect. Yeah. And if you really need help on doing the mirror exercise, we can help you as well. If that's what you desire, we will link down below like a consultation where you can just schedule and we can get in touch and just speak about this. Or you can just write in the comments and ask us more questions there about the mirror exercise, how it works, or anything else that is not clear yet for you here.
Yes.
Good.
Good.
So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.